Let's see. Good day, y'all. So we're gonna go over. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation today. We here every Tuesday, 2 p.m. We're gonna go over topics today. Will be the benefits of spirituality and spirituality and recovery. That's what we're going to talk about. Spirituality and recovery. So we'll do that today. Hope y'all having a great day out there. Again, this is Coffee and Conversation. And let me make sure that everything is on the page. Let's see. All right. So we good. We got good stuff here. See, I'm in my office today because we got a lot going on. So let me make sure. Uh, all right. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. So we're going to talk about spirituality and addiction recovery. And let's read, let's do a little synopsis here. This is pretty cool. I feel like I'm at home for real. This is how I'll be at home when I'm online. But I want to try to make this stay in front of me so I don't got to do all that sharing. See what we got here. So, spirituality and addiction recovery. Uh, Addiction recovery is a time of change and restoration, which, while this often leads to positive growth, it can also be draining and overwhelming. For this reason, many people lean on their spirituality. They lean on their spirituality during addiction recovery. For some people, spiritual recovery involves practicing their religion. For others, spirituality may mean something different, like a connection with a nature or a path or personal growth. No matter the definition, spirituality can provide many benefits for people in addiction recovery. So let's look at some benefits. First, let me read this part. Addiction recovery is the leap of faith to challenge harmful thoughts and beliefs. Spirituality can provide guidance for better ways of living. Spirituality and recovery is common but not universal. A small number of recovery programs have been created for people who do not want to focus on personal spirituality. These groups focus on practical coping methods and scientific findings as guidance through addiction recovery. In the end, people seeking help from addiction or recovery groups need to find programs they can relate to. So here at Capital Recovery Center, and not just here, but all across the board, everybody, we talk about multiple pathways of recovery. And here it says people seeking help from recovery need to find programs they can relate to. So for instance, let me use my own personal situation. For instance, when I started out on my recovery journey 13 years ago, thank you, Jesus, I started out using MAT, which is Suboxone. I used to be on Suboxone because I couldn't get past the craving for the heroin or whatever. So I was on Suboxone for a period of time, and then I got weaned off by the doctor, medically done. And then when I got weaned off of the Suboxone, I was at the same time being active in 12 Steps in Narcotics Anonymous. I was being active at the same time that I was doing the Suboxone. However, after multiple different relapses that I had experienced, I started to build up my spirituality, which led to my religion. Okay, spirituality and religion. We're going to talk about that. All right. So I started building up my spirituality or my relationship with the God of my understanding, and I started standing on that as my foundation. All right. So we're going to talk about some benefits of spirituality and recovery. No, first we want to go to, yeah, let's do that. Let me read something that says that talks about spirituality versus religion. Spirituality has a consistent role in many recovery programs. Because spirituality is extremely personal, many programs leave the definition up to the individuals. This broad term can refer to a connection with a higher power, like I just said, outside of the individual, or to a broader meaning. All right. Spirituality can also be defined. It can also be defined. I am having trouble with this paper. Spirituality can also be defined as a connection to nature, the universe, or all living creatures. People can define spirituality by whatever connection is meaningful. Watch these words to them. And I often say it, not only, I got it actually from my wife. My wife always say, everybody has the right to choose what they want to choose. So we just make sure you choose something that actually works. And all we saying in our particular situation is the God of our understanding. He works. Religion is a more structured and defined way of expressing spirituality. It often involves a sense of community and connection with others and is guided through tradition, rituals, organized leadership, and different scopes of that means, and etc. So you got to remember, you got spirituality and you got the reality. I mean, then you have spirituality and you got religion. Let's look at benefits of spiritual reality. Okay, let me put this at the lower third. I want to put this here. Share that there. Okay. Spirituality has many benefits for a person's life, especially during addiction recovery. Addiction can be crippling to a person's sense of value, purpose, and connection to the world. When a person taps into spirituality, their focus turns away from their own worries and faces the world around them. While this can be difficult, spirituality can be comforting and uplifting. Many people who practice some form of spirituality find that their energy is renewed in times of difficulties. Spirituality and addiction recovery are a natural fit for each other. And a lot of times individuals want to know how you have be feel renewed or have this energy, despite going through the exact same things everybody in our world seems to be going through. But it seems like your energy and your enthusiasm is on a different level. That's not because you way smarter than them. It's just because you tapped into another spiritual dimension, if you will. So next we have healing. Let's look at healing. Healing from drug addiction can be challenging process. For many people in recovery, accepting personal responsibility is painful. Practicing spirituality can provide healing from past mistakes. Spiritual healing often involves forgiveness, reconnecting with others, and finding a sense of belonging. So we're talking about healing here, okay? Let's see something. Hold on one second. Uh, let's see. Okay. It says for many people in recovery, accepting personal responsibility is painful. Practicing spirituality can provide healing from your past mistakes. Spiritual healing also often involves forgiveness, key word here, reconnecting with others and finding a sense of belonging. Some people promote healing by journaling regularly. Writing thoughts and feelings down on paper can be helpful ways to express things done privately. Some people review their previous writing to help them understand the change they've gone through and gain a perspective. This is something that I do, or I tell people that I mentor to do all the time. Write down where you believe you are or what you're going through at that current time, and then if you revisit that same writing a few months from then, you'll be able to see some type of growth If not growth, you'll see that you stayed at the same spot or went down. So a lot of times when you can heal from if you start writing things down. Others write to get thoughts and emotions out and don't care to revisit their creations. So sometimes people can write when they're trying to heal just to get it out and don't even want to revisit it, especially if it was a painful experience. So let's do this. Strength through difficulties. These are some good stuff here. The early stages of recovery are mentally and emotionally exhausting. Very. It takes a lot of energy for a person to face themselves and make changes in their perspective. Spiritual strength can lift a person through, I'm sorry, spiritual strength can lift a person through the difficult parts so they can keep moving forward. Meditation is one method for keeping spirituality at the forefront of a person's mind. It can take just a few short sessions a day, a simple meditative focus to renew a person's strength and recovery. Meditation can be done in a still, quiet space or while doing something active like yoga, walking, or space of peace. So a lot of times when we think meditation, we think, sit there, sit still, and don't do nothing, right? I'll be meditating when I'm actually lifting weights. If I'm in the gym working out, although I'm actually moving and lifting weights, I'm actually meditating. It's the place of peace for me. When I'm in that area, it's a place of peace. So you can be meditating, but actually doing something. Thank you. I remember this Friday we was in a session and they was teaching about self-care and they was speaking on meditation. And they asked all the individuals who would like to participate and share what was a place or thing that you do for meditation. And a man said that he likes to get on his motorcycle, put his music on, and just ride. Now that's actually he's a motorcycle. You can know how fast they are. So he says he meditate while he on his motorcycle with his music, and he don't have a destination in mind. He just gone. He just riding. And I said, wow, that's powerful. So you can be moving when you're talking about meditation. So the next one, remember we're talking about spirituality and addiction recovery. And we're now talking about the benefits of spirituality or the benefits that we can get from the benefits of spirituality in recovery. All right. So let's see. Next one is gratitude. Gratitude is a common and strong theme through many forms of spirituality. When a person follows the guidance of a higher power or spiritual belief, they are encouraged and often inspired to feel more grateful in their lives. That's true, true. Gratitude has an important role in recovery. It helps people stay focused on the positive and help things in their life and helpful things in their lives. While much about addiction recovery can be emotionally upsetting, cultivating a sense of gratitude can make an important difference and help remind people of the enormous benefits of sober living. So being grateful. So a lot of times being grateful is can help you in your recovery, no matter what stage you might find yourself in. And after that, uh, it's okay. Because when you are grateful for where you are, even though the challenges and difficulties might be happening in your recovery process, just be grateful for that one day, even if you're having a bad day. All right. Next, finding purpose. Many people feel lost and without a sense of purpose in life after addiction. These individuals are unsure about finding purpose on their own, so they turn to spirituality for help. Spirituality encourages people to focus beyond themselves and step out of their comfort zone to help others. This activity often helps people find ways to feel useful, important, and valued. These are some great words here. From that sense of purpose and value comes higher self esteem and confidence. So, I'm talking about benefits of spirituality in recovery. So, one of them is finding purpose. Many people feel lost and without a sense of purpose in life after addiction. These individuals are unsure about finding purpose on their own, so they turn to spirituality for help. Spirituality encourages people to focus beyond themselves and step out of their comfort zone to help people. Prime example of some of the things that we're doing here at Capital Recovery Center. And now we got meaningful connection. This is very important here. Connections are powerful during addiction recovery, and support can make a huge difference for an individual. This is, I try to stress this a lot to individuals, clients, participants, mentees, everybody. You have to build up your connection, or what we call a recovery support system network, right? The connection you have is one of the most crucial things that I had when I started my recovery process. Thank God I have this August past was 13 years. But it's the connections I made in the first year are still the connections I have 13 years later. Let me give you a prime example. Some of the people I was connected to that was mentors or helping me had actually had relapses, right? And the same people who was pouring into me came to me for help because we were connected. And when I asked them why would they actually reach out to me if they needed help, and they says because I know what I poured into you. So that person knew that what was in me was enough to help him get out of where he was. So the connection we have are very important. Connections are powerful. Addiction pushes people to isolate themselves and disconnect from others. Spirituality encourages connections with others to restore a sense of belonging. People can connect with a higher power within themselves and others in nature or form of a variety of other sources. Prayer comes in many forms and is often used to meaningful contact connection to a higher power. While it is common to see a person praying with a bowed head and folded hands, some raise their hand, look to the sky. Other people pray with dance movements, through songs, or in groups. Prayer style is a very personal choice and often depends on the situation. That means you can't discredit me. Like I tell people all the time, you think a lot of times you might hear somebody say, "Oh, we're about to play. Okay, bow your head, close your eyes." But I say, no, keep your head up and open your eyes and still pray, right? You can do it either way. And the reason why I do that, because I don't want people to think that that's the only way that it has to be. Everybody, it depends on the person's situation. So again, we went through, we was talking about spirituality and addiction recovery, and we were talking about some of the of spirituality, benefits of spirituality and recovery. Some of the benefits was healing, strength through difficulties, gratitude, finding purpose, and lastly, meaningful connections. Again, this has been a coffee and conversation discussion, and we were simply talking about spirituality and addiction recovery. I will put if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or something you would like to add to that, please inbox us here on Capital Recovery Center's Facebook page or YouTube page, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you, and God bless you. See you later.